So if you follow me on social media, you can't miss the fact that I got cataract surgery about a week ago. Well, now it's probably 3-4 weeks ago when this airs. If you don't follow me on social media and you just listen to the podcast, I had cataract surgery. And oh my God, it is a miracle. I was having trouble seeing. I was in the middle of a workshop in the middle of about 18 CEOs, and they all had name tags in front of them so I could call on them and ask them questions. And 2 weeks before, when I was doing that workshop, I could read the name tags. And then that week, I couldn't read the name tags. So I had a little meltdown in the middle of all these people. And I said, please, I'm going to call on you, but I can't see what your name is. And I came back and got my eyes checked and had a rapidly developing cataract. And I just had the surgery on one eye. So my left eye was not so bad at all. And my right eye was really bad. So I couldn't see, and I was having trouble driving at night. So I finally had the cataract surgery. And oh my God, it is crystal clear. I'm also colorblind, and I see colors differently now, more vivid. And it may be just because of the past 6 months or so, or a year, it's been colored. But I see colors really well now. It's really cool. But the interesting thing is, when I close my left eye and open my good right eye, everything's crystal clear. Whites are white, blues are blue. If I close my right eye and now the cataract that wasn't supposed to be so bad, everything's yellow. So one eye is crystal clear, beautiful, white, and bright. And my left eye, which wasn't supposed to be so bad, is like really yellow, like an old photograph. What's that about, right? It's perspective. Isn't it interesting? So we go through life and we have a perspective. We think things are the way they are. And then we have an insight. We change our perspective. We look at something from a different vantage point, or something that we judged happened to us, and now we see it differently. So when I'm looking through my eyes, I keep doing this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between my left and right eye, because it's so fascinating. Back in AA, when I first got sober back in 1989, they gave us a book by a guy named Chuck C. Chuck C. It was A New Pair of Glasses. And he wrote this after he got sober. A New Pair of Glasses was about the fact that there's a perspective change. When we went to AA and we got sober and we stopped drinking and we started to learn the steps and we started to learn how to actually live life in a functional fashion, we had a new pair of glasses. We saw things differently. So that that reminds me of what my coach Rich Litvin always said. And he said, you change one insight can change your entire world. One insight can change your entire world. Have you ever had something like that happen to you, where you thought something was one way and then you find out it's the other way, and now the whole world is different? Like a small thing would be like the FedEx. Have you ever looked at the FedEx logo and then noticed that there's an arrow in the middle of the FedEx? Go look at that. A revelation to a lot of us when someone pointed it out, that there's an arrow in the logo of FedEx. Now you can't unsee it. That's the same thing with everything else. So how do you change your perspective? How do you do that so that you can live a new life? And that's easy. It takes work, but it's easy. It's watching videos that, there's enough videos on YouTube from spiritual leaders, from self-help leaders, from all kinds of things, to give you new insights, new ways of looking at things. Books, right? Articles, blogs. There's all kinds of stuff. Podcasts like this can change your perspective on something, give you an insight. Go, Another way to change your perspective is to be curious. Be insanely curious about things, even as topics as explosive as politics. When you cannot understand how someone can think the way they do and vote the way they do, and all that, find out why. What's going on in their world? What's going on in their world perspective? So get a new pair of glasses, get a new perspective, watch your world change. I love you. Have a great rest of the day.